Arrow functions, events, next.
No. Dom.
Go next.
Three-step process. Three-step process.
Three-step process.
Like models. Model.
Restructure.
Check element by ID.
DOM manipulations and the callback functions. Okay. What is events in the JavaScript? To perform actions. How we capture the events? Samir, how we capture the event? How we capture the event? Huh? That type we capture the element by ID. How we capture the event? While clicking, changing. Listeners. Add listener, event listeners. By using add event listener, we capture the event. Based on the event, we do the manipulations. Okay. Okay. What is DOM tree? Correct.
It's like a structure is document where we are getting parent tag and child tag.
It's defining the parent tag, child tag, and the value attributes of the each tag. Okay. It is a DOM tree. Okay. Yesterday I gave one task assignment to check why it is not gone. The data is why. Anyone check that? Or anyone tried that name tag generator? Tomorrow is the assignment you need to submit. Anyone try that? Okay, how it's happening, how it's storing that value. Anyone try? Okay, fine. Okay, how it stores the value? Even refresh, it's not done. Why? Hmm? Have you understand that while I refresh the page, the data is not done? I ask and why it's cut?
Event or prevent.
That why that is only for the submit button only. I refresh the whole thing, whole page, and still the data is stored. How? Okay, you try. I think nobody is checked that why the data is prevented. Nobody is searched. I think so. And now tell where we execute that web page, where we show that web page.
Now local pages.
Local pages in which applications. Okay. Say, if I need to store the value, okay. If I need to store the value in the HTML, where I can store the values?
In JavaScript.
In JavaScript only we store the value. In where? Input we fetch the value. If I need to store, when I store that? Local storage. What is local storage? Actually, if I give one input, I need to store that value. Whatever value it is, I need to store that. Where we can store? In program, where we can store the value. Don't go that much deep. In the program wise, where we store the values or data, anything. In local storage. In the variable only. In the program, if I need to store any value, if we store it in the variable only. That thing only. It's inside the DOM only. Okay, in the HTML, the values are inside the DOM only. If I refresh the page, the whole DOM tree is getting refreshed and the data is gone. Then I need to store the data outside of the DOM tree. Okay. If I need to prevent the data that doesn't refresh or remove, then I need to store the value outside of the DOM tree. Okay. Then how I store that? I need to store the value outside of the DOM tree. Okay. See, if I am opening one web page, the whole DOM is here. The whole screen is a DOM. Okay. I need to store the value outside of the DOM. Then how can I store that value? Database. Without database? In the front end only, without database, where I can store the value? Where we run this page? Where this page is running?
The Chrome.
Chrome. Chrome is what? It's a one type of browser. Okay. Shall we use that browser storage? Okay, that is a local storage. Okay. We use the local storage and store the value. That is we can retrieve. Even the page is refreshed or crashed, or we open another sessions, we can restore that value. Okay. That is a local storage. You got why it's refreshed and the data is not come? Okay, you got that? By the DOM manipulations, what are the things we do yesterday? We execute on program, we execute and I show that on output also. What are the things we do in DOM manipulation? Element? Get the element and that value and store that in our variable and show that. So in the console. That thing we do that. And validate by that value fields also. Okay. That is yesterday we do. That thing only we can do in a DOM manipulation, or we can do anything else. I do check out any website like e-commerce website. Can you add that to cart? That element is going to cart and adding. To do applications like whatever things we type and add, that is came to DOM. That all the things can be done by the DOM manipulations only. Okay. Here by the DOM manipulation, by the DOM we can access the element, we can create the element, we can delete the element, and we can delete the element values and change the class name and ID name, and also we can manipulate them by, we can add the styles also by using the DOM. Okay. Today we can see that how to add a element, how to add the value inside that another element. Okay. We will be see that in the execution. Okay, these are the things we can change the styles. We can add the content inside the value. Okay, by the DOM. Okay. Here. Okay. Someone says why we need the storage. Session storage or local storage. Why we need the local storage? To store the data outside the DOM. Okay. What is the difference between local storage and the session storage? There are the two types of storage in the browser. One is a session storage and another one is a local storage. What is the difference between them?
Local storage will be stored in local.
Session storage.
Server.
Then what is cookies? Can you hear about cookies? Browser cookies. What is cookies?
It will store the necessary data of the user.
Previous
When
data.
it wants, it will be
Previous data.
Previous.
That's correct. Actually, cookies store some values in a 4 KB level only. Okay, that stores some necessary values and store that, and we can use it later. But it is stored in the server. But the session storage and local storage store in your machine only. Okay, local storage stores in the browser and it gets the value and store in the application storage. Okay, local storage. But the session storage has some values. But if our session is expired, if we log out from the application, then the data is gone. But in the local storage, it's stored in our application only. When you close the tab, then only that storage is gone. Okay. And the storage values are stored as a key values, key pair values. Okay. Now we going to, if I am typing anything, if I am type my name, then I need to add it below. Then what are the things we can do? Then what are the steps to achieve that? I type something, whatever it is, I type something and click add, and it came to below as a list element. Okay. What are the things we need to do? Here, see the HTML code also. See, this is our HTML code for that adding the element. Okay, I need to add the each of the item. Whenever I press click the button, it need to add the value. What are the things we need to do for that? Say some procedures. Yesterday we see down manipulation. By using that, you say what are the things we do.
show the Java. Then show
What?
the Java.
Java.
Those Java we can do.
Say, what are the things we can do that do through the Java only, JavaScript only. Okay, I show that HTML code. Then you say what are the things we do to achieve that. Yes, input. See here.
However, from JavaScript, we have to call dot by element
Element ID.
ID.
Then
After we should give prevent the default.
okay. For the element ID, we use which part? Which thing we need to capture?
Text.
Text. Okay, that's the one thing. Next,
Printing the text.
ID.
After adding the printing the text again.
Print the text. How I print that? I actually here I show that here the unordered list is that there is a no child element. There is no value. If I got a value here, like if I got a value here, it will be show that I have no values, no list of elements. Then how could I do? Idea only. You don't need to implement that. Use the idea only.
Variable is you have to store in one variable.
Okay. Which one?
Variable
Which one?
that name.
Okay.
Then we have to print that thing on the screen by using document.
I said we need to show that in the list element. Okay, I have a unordered list also, but there is a no data. Okay, I have the data in the input field also. Whenever I click the button, it need to came to the unordered list. What we can do?
By accessing that ID in the list.
Hmm?
By accessing the ID in the list. Yeah.
Say from here. Here, see, assume that here is another list. Okay, here my input box and button. I add some text here. Okay, I click the add button. Then what are the things we need to
In the
do?
add button, we have to mention that on-click function and that ID which is in the unordered list. And we have to give that input to that unordered list by using that ID in the.
There is a no list element. I have a list element. Then only I need to put the values in that.
Mention that unordered list and the ID in that unordered list.
Okay. Okay. Now I don't have the unordered list. I need to show it in the unordered list. How can I do? That's the simple idea. I need to get the value from here, input, and store it in any variable, and need to create a another list inside the div. After that, inside the div, I need to create a list element. After that, I need to insert the value for the list element and show it. That's it. Okay. I understand that I need to create a element only. I already said by the DOM we can create, delete and manipulate the values by using the DOM. Okay. Then I just create the child element only. Nothing else I need to do. Okay. What?
We have to set a tag.
Child element. Inside the tag, parent tag. That's it. Okay. Okay. Just a sec. I need to get the value from the input box. Then what I need to do? Black shell. Okay. You said I need to get the value from this inside box. Okay. Then what I need to do? In the JavaScript, I need to get the value. What are the values inside the I type? I need to get that value. Console. See, here is my input box. Input, okay. I need to get the value from this input. Okay. Then what I need to do? Document. Initially, I need to take this element, okay. After that, I need to take the value from here. Okay? It's correct or not? You guys, you know about HTML, CSS? Basics? Okay. Okay. For the HTML, CSS, refer the W3 school, okay? That is a good thing for learning the HTML and CSS. Basic concepts. Okay. After that, JavaScript. Okay. Okay, here I need to take the value from the input, okay. Then I use the ID from here. Input tags ID, I use that to fetch the data from there. Okay. Now I get the value from the input data. Okay. And then what are the things I need to fetch from the element here? What are the things I need to grab the values? Button and the unordered list. Three things only. Okay, button and the unordered list. Okay, I fetch from input tag, button, and also unordered list. I get that elements. Okay, now I am need to get the value from the input data. Okay. It will be work or not? Now my value has a now the variable has a value or not? See, what is the value inside that value? Hmm? Okay. What is the value here? Hmm? Hmm? Input data. Are you sure? How? Okay, I type in. Okay, okay. Then what will be the input value here?
Input value.
Same thing. Then,
Key value.
hmm?
You said that it's key value pair. So here it is only the key.
Okay, I said that for the local storage only. Okay, here is a normal variable storing. I say for the local storage only we need to set the key value pair. Okay, here we can be accessed by a value by the variable also. Anyone tell what will be the value here, output here? I notice that I didn't define that on click or event listener. Anything I didn't put here. Then what will be the output here? Okay, if I need to start the work on that, I need to define the event listener. Then only I need to store the values. Okay. Okay. Set. How do I add the event listener for this page? How can I add the event listener? Have you know about what are the events clicking over the button and scrolling and refreshing? Have you changed the values events? Yesterday we saw what are the events in that HTML.
Events. Pause. Pause.
Hmm.
On click.
Hmm. Yes.
Scroll.
Hmm. Okay, we will be see here now today also. Okay. Okay, I need to get the event from the button. Okay, then what keyword I used to take the event, what happening here. I need to grab that event. Then what will I use? Hmm? Add event listener. Okay. Now set what is the output here? What will be the output here? Just what will be the output of the input value? Hmm? Same null. Hmm. Now it's grab the value because I click the button, then it's show here. Okay. Okay. I change this to change and change it to here the input data define which element it's defining? Input tag. Okay. Here the input data defining the input tag.
Excuse me, sir. Can we take this chair?
Okay.
Just wait for it. I will go. 10 minutes.
Okay. In the input data, you take the input tag element. Okay. Here I take the input tag, then I write that add listener for change in the input tag. Whenever I change the value in the input tag, it will be need to show here. Okay. Can you understand that? I just change the value here. It will be showing the okay. Same like that. If I change the value in the selector, it will be reflecting here. Okay. Whatever we change, that the value is storing by the change of that. That event is changed. Okay. What are other events? Mouse over. Which one?
And just type
Just to listen the class after the okay, what is the meaning of mouse over?
whenever we try to click on that,
Say guys, what is mouse over?
Like if we move on any
Move the cursor over that element. Okay, that is a mouse over. Now I am changing it to for the button. Okay. Now what will be happen here? Okay. I just type. What will be happen here? I just consult that value only. I fix that the for the button mouse over event listener. Then what will be happen here? Whenever I hover the mouse, it will be print that value. No need to print that. Okay. Whenever I hover that mouse, it automatically printing. Now we just use the click only. Okay. Okay, save. Now I have a unordered list. I need to insert the value, whatever I type, I need to insert that here. Then what thing I need to do? I need to insert the value in another list. I grab the value in one element. What thing I need to do?
And that data, access the data and print the data.
To print the data, what thing I need to do? We access the data now. Okay. We access the data in the input value. I need to print inside the another list. What thing I need to do? Have you understand that? What I am asking, have you understand that? I need to insert that value. Just a simple thing. I need to insert the value inside the another list. Then what I need to do? Just a simple thing. I need to create a list element and insert that into the another list. That's it. Okay. For creating the element, I need to declare that element. Let list item document.create element. This document.create element create a element. If I create a element as a div, it will be happen. Okay, just I add the button. The div is created. Okay. You understand that? I added the list event listener and I store that value and create one element, div element, and console that value. Okay. Just while I am clicking, the div element is created. Okay. If I need to add the create a list element, then I use that value only. For the tag, I define the tag, then it will be created automatically by the DOM. Okay. I am just saying document, create the element, list element. It will be created. Now, what thing we need to do? We need to insert the input value inside the tag. Okay. This text content defines that in what is the value inside the tag. Okay, same like the value. For the input, we define that input tag or the form elements, we define that value. Other tags, other values like a div tag, we define that input like text content. Okay, what are the text content inside that value? We defining that only. Now I console that element. Now the element is created. It's defining this text content only.
Only on the server side. The data is saving on the local.
So the data is storing on that const value. See the red value. Inside the list item, I created inside that list li. I created the element. Okay, by using the document.create element, I created that element, and inside the element is stored in the li. Okay.
Yes, the tag is reflected on the.
The tag is stored in the list item, and I entered that value, text content inside that value, add that value. Okay. Okay, and that is not reflecting in UA because I need to insert that under the unordered list as a child. Okay, then only it will be reflected. Now see.
My question is the tag is added, right?
The tag is created.
Not
I need to add it to the unordered list.
Another list. After adding the unordered list, it will be reflected to our web.
It will be reflected in the HTML code.
HTML.
Okay. Now see, I just add that value, it will be reflected.
Yes.
Here, I call that inbuilt functions upon the child. Okay, upon child means I append that value inside the parent tag. Here the parent tag is list, that is unordered list. Okay, I just append that value only. Can you understand that how it's adding? Any doubt?
Please open the HTML file.
Okay. Any doubt so far?
The question is that if we are adding the name, so it will be reflect over here in the HTML file or not?
Which thing?
Here. We are adding the tag.
That will update dynamically only.
Yeah.
Not change any structure. We define that structure only. I just define that like in the HTML, I just define the head and the body element. Inside the body element, I just add the input and the button. Okay, after that, I create an unordered list inside that. Okay, that's it. This is a base structure. After that, by the JavaScript, I have been created one element. Okay, create one list element and get the value from the text in the input box. And while I am clicking that button, append the value inside the unordered list. That things I done by using the JavaScript. Okay. Can you understand that how it's appending? You say? Samir, can you understand?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? You have any doubt? Okay. Then now here it is a not another list. Here it is a div tag. I need to append that another list here. What thing I need to do? What are the say the steps only? I have a div tag. I need to create another list and append that values, all the values. Okay. What are the steps?
You need to access the
That
ID
one is created.
JavaScript using DOM.
Okay.
You need to create a variable.
Just to say the steps only. Don't implement the code. Just say the steps. I have a div tag. I need to insert that another list inside the div tag. What are the steps?
We need to create inside the div
You have to create
and put the data inside.
Extra one step only.
Another list and also list item.
Yeah. Here I created for the another list. Just I need to create for the div tag. That's it. Okay, now what is the value of the list? Now it's contained. No, it have one element. Which element the list hold? Div. Now in the list we have a div. Okay. In the div I need to append the another list. Then I need to write that I just append that unordered list inside the div tag. Okay. Then what things I need to do? Another only one step. Just to see the code and say. Now
we have to create list items.
which is item already is there, no? We created the list item and set the input also. Only one step is needed to append the value inside the div, inside the unordered list, inside the list item.
Also,
Why we use console? Console is not for UI, okay, just understand. Console is for our purpose only, to check the value, to check the data in the terminal. Okay, that's why we are using console. Can you understand why we use console? Just for our purpose only, to understand the logic, to understand the code purpose only, we use the console. Okay. Here, just only one thing is need to happen. Can you understand this flow? What happening here? Everyone? What are the things happening here? Can you understand? Okay. Then it is a even listener. While clicking the button, I fetch the input in the input value and doing some things like creating a list element and appending it. Here only one step is needed. Can you understand the flow? Can you understand or not?
we should add text value,
To what?
input value what we are using.
We have added here list element. Can you understand this code or not? My question is simple. Can you understand what happening here? Okay. See, I append the unordered list to the div. Here also I append to the div only. I need to append it in the unordered list. That's it. That thing only I asking you. Only one thing. Just check the variables and what happening here. Okay. Okay. This is a okay. Now it's happening under the div tag. Okay. Now I need to delete this. See, here I type my name in the input box and it also showing in another list. But here it's preserve that value. What I need to do to remove that value in the input value. Yesterday we did one thing. If the value is empty, throw the alert.
Yes.
Okay. Then like that we need to do one thing here. Same like that way.
After calling event listener, the input value should be null.
Yeah. See, while I am clicking here, the event listener is calling. Then that time I need to remove that input field. That's it. Okay. Now we check. Now it's removed. And here see, I need to prevent this. what I need to do to prevent this type of empty value printing?
You need to restrict them.
How do I restrict them?
Like previously, in previous class we did values are values needed, values required.
Just add a validation. If there is a no value, don't allow to print. Okay, that's it. For that thing we need to do. Which thing we use to prevent that? Just if is enough. Now also it can. Here I added that if input data value is null, then please enter some text. Inside that? Inside that function? You correct only. Say that clear.
We have to add the tick in the function.
I need to add here only. Okay. Now, okay. But also here it's printing.
We should try in
Which element? See here, whatever I type, just see the code. Don't focus on copying that code. I will be sent that in notes, okay? Just see the code. I just added the if code only. There is a no else part. Then it check the value and show the alert. After that, it going to execute all the things. Okay. Then we need to write it in the else part. Now it's clear. Okay. Just use the control statements properly to avoid this type of mistakes. Okay. Okay. Then I added some names. I added some names. I need to remove them. You can do or not. You can be do that also. Inside here, I need to add another listener. Just to whenever I click that element, remove that. Okay. Okay. Just to tell which element I need to choose to remove that value. I typing same thing for 2 times. I need to remove that first value. Okay. Then which element I need to choose? I need to choose one element and remove that. Which element I need to choose? Which is repeated? No, how the JavaScript know which is repeated? I need to check every value. We need to? No, I accidentally typed that. Okay, I need to remove. Just I give the hint. Just click the value and remove that. Okay. Then which element I need to remove? Which one?
You have to check equals if they are matching same elements.
No, I just understand the question. I asked to remove that element only. While I am clicking that element, remove that element. Okay. You are saying to if the value is present, don't add it. Like that you are saying. I am not saying like that. I just saying if I am need to remove that, I need to click and remove one element. Which element I need to remove?
Create a function.
Function.
Inside the function.
Okay, we are using the event listener. Okay, while clicking, remove one element. Just understand the question. I am saying I need to remove one element. Which element I need to remove?
Selected element.
Which? What is that element? Remove?
Event.
Remove?
Event is the
Remove event listener. No. I just say while I am clicking, I need to remove the element. Which element I need to remove? Question is understand or not? Element means what? What is element in the HTML? See, one tag is element. Yesterday I only mentioned that tag is the element. In the HTML, element means tag only. Which tag I need to remove? While I am clicking that value, which tag I need to remove? List tag. Correct. All the things are under the list. Then while I am clicking, I need to remove that element only. Okay. Here. Which one is defining the list value? Which one is defining the list value? Li. That is in here only. Okay. I just put it in the top. Or else I writing the event listener here only. Okay. Li dot add event listener while clicking. Okay, now it's adding the style. Okay, by the default it's adding the style. It's work or not? I am saying while I am clicking, add the text style as line throughout the element. Okay, I just added one value. While I am clicking, line through the value. Line through. Here we are saying that text decoration line through. Okay. Now I am going to say while I am clicking, change the color. Okay. Right. Okay. I have been added that values. While I am clicking Mukesh, line through and change the value to red. While I am clicking Amir, call the value. Okay, which one is calling while I am clicking, which one is calling? Event listener. Just the event listener is calling and saying like while clicking that element, change the style. That's it. Same like way, I need to say that remove that element. That's it. I just added and while clicking remove it. That's it. Okay. This is the assignment I give for the name tag generator. Okay. you understand that assignment and know how to do that? Okay, it's easy or not assignment? Easy only. But don't use the unordered list. That is a different one. Think which tag is you need to use and create the values and remove that values. That's it. Okay. Any doubt in this class? Can you understand all of this? How to manipulate the DRAM values? Which one? That code or? Here, I just added that event listener for the list item. Okay, I'm just saying remove that list item. Okay, whenever I click that value, just to remove. I'm saying now I'm saying like. Okay, I'm saying mouse out. What will we do that? I'm saying mouse out. What will be done here? Okay, here whenever I cross the mouse over here, over the elements, it will be removed. I said for the all elements. That's it. Just to handle that event by the event listener and execute the code. Okay, that's it. Okay, guys, just come with the assignment. Okay, not like today. I just say how, what is the reason, how it's storing that value. That's it. I said. You can be check that also. While just to type while refresh the HTML element, why the data is not removed. Just you ask the GPT and it will be said this is local storage. Okay. Which one? Today's assignment. Okay, whenever I type anything, just add that value, I my name is. Okay. Here I don't need same UI, same thing, anything else. I just say I need the same functionality. Okay. Just type the value and create. Don't prevent that like this, and allow user to remove this also. Okay. While clicking on that, remove the value. Okay. That's it for the assignment. Okay. Tomorrow came with that assignment. Thank you guys. Any doubt in assignment?